Good afternoon. This is Vandalyn Smith, and I'm speaking with you from my home office here in Birmingham, Alabama. And I want to shoot this video to show you why I'm excited about being a part of MyEcon. Now, who am I? Well, I am someone who works a job, and I'm someone who got tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I looked at my bank account one day and I realized that, darn it, I'm too old to be living like this. Something has got to change. And this could happen to you no matter what age you are. And I'm not going to tell you what age I was when I decided this, but I was ready for a change, and I was ready for something different, and I knew that I needed to change something, and living paycheck to paycheck is just wasn't is it wasn't going to cut it anymore. And so I started looking for opportunities to build a business on the side part-time while I work a full-time job. And I also wanted something that will allow me to receive residual income. So the reason why I chose MyEcon is because MyEcon is an opportunity that I have never really seen before. This opportunity allows you to build a business. However, it also educates you on how finances work. It educates you on how your money works. It teaches you how to invest your money so that you will receive high returns or great returns. And it will also teach you about wealth and how to build wealth for your family. Now, this is an educational platform. It's called MyEcon, which is short for My Economy, which essentially means your economy. This is personal for you. And what this platform does is it teaches Americans how to keep more money in their pockets. Now, this education that is received in MyEcon, this is something that was not taught in schools, and it is something that, yes, you can find a lot of it for free, but it's not organized. It's not organized like it is here in this opportunity. And then another thing that I like about MyEcon is that you're surrounded by so many people who are on the same wavelength, on the same path. They want to build wealth. And so they keep you accountable. They keep you accountable on how are you doing with your finances. When you listen to these calls or you listen to these people and their testimonies, it makes you think about your finances and how you're doing with your finances. It basically makes you check yourself. It makes you check yourself to make sure that you're on top of your finances and that you're learning and you're growing and you're not giving away your money, all of your money away to taxes, big business, and the government. So that is one of the reasons why I joined MyEcon. Now, the reason why I say that I'm all excited about MyEcon all over again is because MyEcon has just done, they've gone through some changes where they've added more services to the membership that we get as a part as being a business owner, and the membership that is included with being a business owner is packed with valuable products and services. Now, one of my favorite products from MyEcon, and this is one of the products, this is the flagship product from MyEcon, and it's called the Cashflow Manager. And I'm going to walk you through some of the features of the Cashflow Manager. Now, the Cashflow Manager is important if you want to maximize your spending and you want to maximize your purchases and your money. The Cashflow Manager will help you stay on top of your expenses, and it keeps records for you. Now, another thing about this Cashflow Manager is not just for MyEcon associates. This Cashflow Manager is very good even if you're in another business, if you're in another network marketing company, it doesn't matter. Whatever type of business you're in, you need to be keeping up with your expenses so that when tax time comes around, you have a place to go to be able to print out your reports, and you have something to give to your tax preparer so that you can file your taxes. And also, the cash flow manager keeps up with, the different things for your business, like your mileage. It tracks your mileage, it tracks your business expenses, and it tracks your personal expenses. This cash flow manager, and let me get logged in so you can see exactly what I mean. This cash flow manager allows you to, keep up with all of the expenses as far as your business goes. So I wanted to go on and let me go on and get logged in to this cash flow manager so that I can show you all of the details of when you get signed up for the cash flow. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Sorry about that. I'm clicking on the wrong things. But I want to let you know that this is not just for business owners. I have people who have gotten this cash flow manager and they aren't even in a home business, or they aren't even in business for themselves yet. They use this cash flow manager as a way to be accountable to their business, to their expenses, so that they're not losing money and they're able to keep up with their expenses. And because when you're accountable about your expenses, you tend to do better. You could be spending money and when you're not sure where your money is going, you're just kind of blind to the fact. But what this cash flow manager does, it gives you an opportunity to track where your money is going out. You could look at your cash flow report and realize that you are spending too much money on food or eating out. And when you're able to see a snapshot of that situation, you're able to rectify that and change that, and make sure that you don't keep doing that on a consistent basis and making your money go out unnecessarily. So this is my cash flow manager. So I have 3 cash flow managers set up. Like I say, you can set them up for your business. These 2 are business cash flow managers. See, and then here is my personal business, my personal cash flow manager. So what it does is, you open it up, and then when whatever you want to track, you enter. Like, let's say I want to enter a new expense, and something else that I like about this cash flow manager is that you can set up, like, just say for instance you have childcare and you want to track that on a monthly or weekly basis, rather, because I'm sure most childcare places, they expect for you to pay once a week. So you can set it up. So say I want to set this up to pay on the 30th of each month. So I'm going to say I pay them $100 a week. And I keep saying the 30th of each month, but I mean weekly. This is weekly. So today is the 30th. And I'm paying them $100, and then I'm going to type in ABC Childcare. Okay. And you see how it remembers the last things you typed in. And then you can type in whatever notes that'll make you remember what goes with this expense. But here is where you can set this up to repeat. You can set this up to repeat on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annual basis. And then it'll ask you when is the next recurrence, when is the next entry gonna occur. So This is where you set it up. So when you come in and you log in on your cash flow manager, there will already be a prompt or a notification asking you if you want to log this expense for the week. And then all you have to do is just hit yes, and then it'll log the expense for you, and you don't have to type this in on a you don't have to keep typing in all of the information or all of the details on each entry. This is something that I really love about this cash flow manager, and it really saves time. And another great thing about this manager is that it's mobile. You can also get this put this on your mobile phone. There's a mobile version of this cash flow manager. So that is really a game changer for me. It really is incredibly helpful, because now, especially when I go get gas, I don't leave that parking lot or pull off from that gas pump until I log how much I spent in gas. I log it in my cash flow manager. So this tool has really helped me be more mindful of my expenses and where my money is going. It keeps me accountable. And that is one of the flagship products of MyEcon. Now, I'm gonna go back to the cash flow manager and show you my computer is running a little slow today. It's probably because of this software, this video recording software, but bear with me. Okay, so I'm going back to the cash flow manager, and I'm going to go back to my Smith family, my home. And you see all of the categories that you have. You know, you enter income, you enter your expenses. You can even create a budget. This is where you view or edit all of your recurring expenses. And you know, you can always view and edit anything in the cash flow manager. And then another thing about this cash flow manager I didn't mention is that if you're in a hurry or you don't really have time to capture or type in your information, you can take a picture of the receipt that you have. Like if you're out eating and you don't have time to necessarily type in the details about your meal, you could take a picture of that receipt and then see where I'm entering. I'm going to enter. Well, let's just say we're entering new expense. And you see right here, there's receipt image information. So you can upload new receipt image. And that would allow you to assign that to your, you can put the details in. And so this cash flow manager is really very nice. And like I say, when you get ready, like if you're doing this for business purposes, or even if you're not doing it for business purpose, you can still create reports so that you can show this to your tax preparer. Just like here, I have a list of my expense log here, and then all I have to do is see here up top where it says reports. You can have a printable view, and then you just either download it or you can export it, and it'll allow you to print out this report. You can also create different reports on. You might just want to look at your income or expenses by themselves. However you want to design this report, you click on the details of what you want in the report, and then it'll allow you to print it out. And like I said, you can give this to your tax preparer, and they'll be able to see all of your expenses and your income as it relates to your business. Or if this is a report for you as a personal basis, you can track and look at your expenses so that you know where your money is going. So I just wanted to show you some of the details of this cash flow manager, which is, like I said, is the flagship product of MyEcon. Now, something else that I'm excited about as far as MyEcon goes, and the reason why I say I've gotten excited is because now with MyEcon, you not only have this Cashflow Manager as the you don't only have the Cashflow Manager. Now included in our membership is, okay, we get the identity theft defense system, which allows you to, when, because you got some crazy people around here stealing folks' identity. So you have the keylog and identity theft system, which allows you to, put together a protection against you and your family, just in case someone tries to steal your identity. You have that here, and you don't have to worry about having to go through trying to rectify that situation. And I think that's really awful that people do that, but it does happen. So you have protection against identity theft, and then you have this software that you can download to your computer that will also keep people from stealing information from your computer. That's another thing that's included with another service that's included with the Financial Success membership. But one of my favorite, and I know I'm all excited because I said the Cashflow Manager, I'm excited about that. But I mean, as you can see the products here. Here's the ID Defender, Keylog and Identity Theft Defense System, the Legal Club of America, discount legal services, which is very important, especially if you're in business. You have that available to you. But then you have this tax advice and preparation, and I've actually had to use this, and they were very, very, very helpful with helping me get a situation rectified with the IRS. So I was really excited to know that we had this included in our membership, this tax advice and preparation. And then you have this credit counseling and credit restoration services. And that is huge. And then we actually had a chance to listen to the owner of the credit restoration company detail information about your credit history. And I mean, there's just so much information that I did not know he was able to share with us about your credit report and things that could be on your credit report that might not necessarily, where they shouldn't be there. A lot of times, you'll pay off certain credit cards, and then the creditors won't even remove the information from your credit report. Or you'll have several different entries, but it's the same credit card company. Sometimes you'll have maybe 2 or 3 entries showing different balances, and they'll be on your credit report, and that's causing your credit score to go down when it's only one credit card. So things like that, this credit restoration program can help you rectify or clear things up like that. And certain things like the statute of limitations. A lot of times, creditors will still have things lingering on your credit report that should have been taken off. It goes from state to state, depends on what state you live in. Some things, like if you haven't paid a balance on a credit card within the 7 years, I mean, it depends on what state you're in, but within 7 years, they should remove that from your credit report because the statute of limitations have passed, and that shouldn't be hindering you from having a good credit score. So like I said, this credit restoration is something really powerful. And like I said, the membership, there's a membership portion that is included in this financial success membership with MyEcon. All of this is included when you become an associate for MyEcon. But like I said, this company, and the reason why I just love it so much is because it is an ongoing financial education. And the people are just second to none. The people that I'm surrounded by. Like I say, it's hard to be surrounded by these people and not want to keep in check on my finances. So it's just an accountability thing for me. And it's just also the ongoing education that's just world class. So I just wanted to share that quickly with you, and I hope that you receive some value from it. Now, if you are interested in joining or want to know more information about MyEcon, just click the link wherever you're watching this video, and I'll send you out more information. Or you can subscribe to my blog at vandalinsmith.com. That's V as in Victor, ANDOLYN Smith.com. Now, I'm always sharing helpful information and tips as far as it comes to your cash flow and your wealth. And I'm also sharing tips about business, about building an online business. And if that's something that you desire, like I said, subscribe to my blog. I'm always updating it with helpful information. But if you want to know more information about MyEcon, or you want to sign up for the Cashflow Manager, just click on that link wherever you're watching this message, and we'll send you out some more information. This has been Vandalyn Smith, and I'm signing out. I hope you have a great day.